Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
911, what is your emergency? Get to the police department. How can I help you?
911 emergency, what are you reporting?
Happy New Year, everybody! From
Happy New Year!
We made it!
I don't think we ever thought this year was going to end, and now it actually has an ending in sight. We can see the end right there. So say goodbye to 2020 and hello to 2021. Hopefully,
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah, we have
Can only
to.
get better.
So I don't know what everybody's plans are for New Year's, but I will tell you this is one of the first years, no, the second year that I have not had to work graveyard on New Year's. And it's not because I had to, it's because I said, I'll let people have the day off. I'll go work it. It's just the way it is. And I actually have a picture of me answering calls with Jill sitting next to me. She brought in some food for everybody. And I'm like, just answering calls like, oh, here we go. I'm like, it's always a good day out there. So does anybody else work during the New Year's?
Me.
Any fun calls you've had in the past, New Year's Eve-ish kind of thing?
Fun or intense?
Well, I don't know. I mean, because I've had a lot of drunk calls on New Year's. We were in a college town, so we had lots of kids roaming the streets, screaming things at midnight. And it's like, people, really? There's a lot of older people want to go back to bed. So, but those are out there. So anybody have one you want to share with us? Nope.
I just think the calls that call in and wish the 911 dispatchers Happy New Year are
Yeah,
always
I do hear
kind
that.
of,
Isn't
kind
that
of
weird?
kind of humorous, even though I don't encourage it, but I have taken several of those when I was dispatching, 911, what's the address of the emergency? Happy New Year! And it's like, do you have an emergency? No, just wanted to wish you Happy New Year,
Yeah.
We had a lot of our allied agencies would call over with stuff. And in the middle of it, they'd be like, oh, hey, Happy New Year. It's like, well, give us 12 minutes. So, but which was nice because we had all the other allied agencies going, oh my God, you guys are at work tonight? Yeah, we don't really get the day off.
We don't get the day off.
Nothing
Yeah,
stands out. Nothing stands out for necessarily a New Year's thing, but one thing I know we've done, and I hear other centers do it, is the be on the lookout for Santa for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've come across the teletype wire, even though it's really not supposed to.
Yeah.
But
Back in the day when I started, back in the 90s, early 90s, we did have those teletypes come across with the broadcast for Santa. And I was like, this is an official NCIC thing. And it's got
Exactly.
Santa on it. It's like, that's so
Yeah.
cool. So we used to like doing that one. So
Yeah.
Hey, it's
I
better to be
wonder-
the recipient than sender. It's like,
That's
all
true.
I did was good.
That's
All I
right.
do is get it.
I wonder if this year, because 2020 was such a nightmare, I wonder if it's going to be a bigger celebration, or because of all the shutdowns and the lockdowns, if it's going to be something where we don't hardly get any calls. I don't know.
Well,
It's
they're
so hard to
both in-
tell.
New York City's not going to have a ball drop. They've already said they're going to block off the intersections over there. So you cannot even come out there.
Oh,
Wow.
Odd to have that happen. But,
Oh, wow.
it is a difficult year out there. So let me just ask everybody then, what do you think, besides COVID, we know that, what do you think is something in 2020 you're not going to miss in 2021?
The masks and lockdowns.
The masks and lockdown.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a big
Yeah.
masks for sure.
Social
But you know what? We're still going to have masks in 2021.
Yeah.
We are.
So.
But
Yeah.
definitely.
I think I will miss just the spontaneity of saying, hey, let's go out to dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, let's meet friends for drinks or whatever. That's kind of been taken away. So I'm looking forward to getting back to normal in that regard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and that's what drives us both crazy, drives all of us crazy, is that it's not the same across the country.
yeah.
Because
Mm.
we go out to dinner, we
We were at
kind of met friends.
restaurant the
it's
other
like,
night and it was packed.
Yeah, it's just people are wearing masks and you're not sitting next to
Whatever.
them. I'm just saying, it's like it just doesn't.
No,
That's
it's
what
just-
drives me crazy, and that's what I will not miss about.
Yeah, John's like,
2021.
whoa.
Yeah, nope, we're indoors. We don't associate anyone inside. We barely even do takeout. I mean,
Really?
Wow.
yeah.
But you guys are
What
like
about you,
gourmet
Joe?
cooks, so
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I'm not. I'm a McDonald's cook, so
Yeah, and I'm always curious about like with
Hardee's,
Joe.
Burger King.
Yeah, with Joe and John, especially because they're more toward the colder climates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least in California, we can go outside and enjoy the weather. But, you know, Joe, what's it been like for you you mentioned you were from Iowa. What's going on in Iowa?
You know, actually, we've had a light winter so far, and it's been lucky. I mean, people were outside golfing and doing things outside all the way through November until early
Wow.
December.
Wow.
And so we haven't really experienced what we normally do. We've only had one major snowfall, is about 6 inches. So I've only shoveled once. And so it's been a little different. I think we're getting lucky a little bit. Maybe it's a good sign that things are going to improve in 2021, or winter's just going to start late. We're going to get
It's gonna
hammered until
smack you upside
April.
the head.
In May, you're gonna be getting
Yeah,
snow
in
and.
May.
Oh my
So-
gosh. In May.
I don't know which one it's going to be, but John, what are you guys doing?
Not a darn thing.
Are you
Nothing?
working at night?
I mean, no, I'm going to work, yes. Of my position, I don't telework, so I do go in. Although I'm considered operations, I'm more on the administrative side,
Right.
but I'm always at the workplace. But as following county regulation, I wear my mask in the facility when away from my desk. We do not have to wear it at the workstation. But if we leave our workstation on the operations floor to visit somebody else on the operations floor or leave, you have to put on your mask.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
So
that's-
I've got a question. You know, Doug
Yeah.
asked, you know, what are we not going to miss? What are some of the great things that came out of 2020? Because I think,
Oh.
you know, like we've mentioned, masks are probably not going to go away. What are some of the things that, as a result of COVID and all the other stuff, that you're kind of like, you know what, that's kind of cool. I hope it sticks around.
Yeah, this group comes to mind immediately for me, and
Oh yeah.
connecting with people and friends in different ways. So now that you don't just have to rely on in person, you don't feel like you're going to miss everything. But I can't wait for the in-person gatherings to start back up. I
Yeah.
truly miss my family and my friends, so I can't wait for that.
I mean, and this group has really like, I mean, from where we started, I watched one of the initial episodes the other day.
We were like, now we're drinking. No,
Yeah,
you
so
know.
where we are now, it's like, holy cow, it's so different. It's so great. So
I think the one thing I hope doesn't change are these restaurants that have been able to adapt and do outdoor seating, and they're doing
Yeah.
curbside pickup. They're doing pickup. A lot of restaurants that wouldn't have normally done that, they're doing it now, so you can take it and go. So I kind of hope that sticks around, even though we don't do a lot of takeout. It's just nice for other people to be able to do the
Yeah.
takeout and have to
Yeah.
fight the system with, I don't want to eat here, I want to eat at home kind of thing.
And
So,
you know what?
Yeah.
I will ask everybody this. I mean, there obviously has been some good things happen in 2020, obviously.
Mhm.
I mean, we moved to Tennessee across the country during COVID, which was not
I
the,
know.
Oh, right.
but I mean, you know, you can buy a house. We did that this year. So yes, there's a lot of crazy things that have happened, but some really good things have happened out of that thing. So, I mean, I'm not kidding you. I realize I grew up in Southern California, but like 2 weeks ago, we had snow flurries out here. And I was standing in the yard looking and going, what the hell?
The sky is really falling.
Yeah.
Jill, get the shovel, get the snow blower. It's flurries.
they're calling for snow flurries on Christmas Eve night, so I
Yeah.
hope we get them. So he has a late Christmas.
Wow.
Cool.
It's gonna
Wouldn't
be
that be
fun.
that's
cool? It's worth my
cool.
Christmas.
It looks really odd outside when it's got snow on the ground. It's just, and then she tells me to go get a snow shovel at the store. So I go to Target and buy this big ass snow shovel. And
Well, because here's the thing. So Joe and John will agree with me. You don't buy a shovel when you need it. You're
Right.
Right.
not going to find it anywhere. And he's
Right,
like,
that's
no,
true.
we don't need a, no. We're going to go get one.
Get it and have it in your
Yeah.
garage just in case.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
you're not going to be able to find it anywhere.
Lord. So, all
Along
right.
with bread, milk, and butter.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, especially nowadays with everything coming off the shelves like crazy
Yeah.
people. out
No, I'm
there.
not gonna- I'm not going to miss the rationing of toilet paper and paper
No.
towels.
Oh
and
my God.
milk
No.
and-
True.
That's
It's
just
just so
crazy. I
crazy.
hope people calm down with that.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be wearing masks in the new year, and that's just the way it is. It's going to be for a
Mhm.
while, at least. Even with a vaccine available, we're still going to be doing this kind of thing. So, does anybody have like a really good memory of New Year's Eve past when it was a really good time?
I just remember, and I think all of us are tenured enough to remember Y2K. Remember the panic?
Oh my
was-
God.
Oh my God. And I remember I didn't have to work that night, so I was home, but I took home video of the kids sleeping, and then I took a video of the TV as the ball was dropping, waiting for
The world is
the
not-
world to
Armageddon.
end. And it
Armageddon.
didn't. But
Who knew it
that was
2020?
one where you know, it was like, wow, Y2K. And now you realize, people, that was 20 years ago.
21
That's
Yes.
insane.
21 years ago.
years ago.
That's insane.
crazy.
Isn't that
I was at
crazy?
work and nothing was happening. There literally was nothing going on. We all just were like staring at each other. Well, the computers work, the lights are still on.
They
Yeah.
made
That's
it.
what we said. I think I was working midnights at the time, and we
Yeah.
were like, "Well, the clock changed."
Yeah, the clock changed.
Yeah, I
We
can
had-
still
we
hear
had,
people on the radio.
We had,
Yeah, exactly.
all the supervisors had to work that night at midnight, and we all had like flashlights with new batteries and all this stuff just in
Oh my
case.
gosh.
And
Oh
nothing
my God.
ridiculous. I'm like,
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, for
I
me
think
that
we may have the biggest thing with that is, did the event number or incident number change to the new
Yeah.
year?
Right,
it just
right, right,
yeah.
right.
back to one. It was like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happened? I thought everything's supposed to go down, and I'm like, just crazy. So that's a memory of most of us have, because we've all been on a little longer than some. So I know sometimes when I mention that in classes, people are like, why?
Wasn't even born yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Because I remember teaching a class with Leslie a while ago, and I remember she was telling the class, like, do you realize in like 5 years it's going to be like 2020 or something? And it was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, that's so damn long away. It's like,
Yeah.
here we are now, 2021. So, Lord,
On Zoom.
Yeah,
That-
And-
when
and
Zoom
think
wasn't
about
even
it,
a
like-
thing.
yeah.
yes. Like the idea of 2030. I mean, it just sounds so futuristic, and
Yeah.
it's 10 years.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
10
What was
years
your-
from
And
now.
we're going to be a
What was
third
your-
through the 20s.
best moment in 2020? Glenna, what was your absolute best, funnest, what if funnest is a word, most fun experience in 2020?
Without a doubt, my son's wedding. It was,
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
oh my gosh, such a magical day. And, you know, let me get mushy here. My husband and I we're just so much like our family and everything. We just have so much fun. I was a little worried that her family was going to think we were weird, but everything was just perfect. It was so great. My entire family was there, as far as my kids, and my sister was there. Even my husband's family came out from Utah, and so it was just really nice.
Yeah, John,
Best
what
day
about
of
you?
2020.
You know, it's just been really, I mean, seriously, it's just been really quiet here at the home front. From a work perspective, we're fortunate that we could still hire and recruit individuals.
Yeah.
So that's a win. So I'll go with that one, work related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Leslie?
I think kind of to a spin on what John was talking about is the while it was forced at first, having to stay home and really making home a priority, where it was an oasis and you really started to enjoy being home, because there weren't any other options. But it's made being at home and being together that much more of a priority, because you realize, man, if it weren't for COVID, I'd be doing all this stuff. And because I
Right.
can't, we're here. And so that's been it for us.
Doug and Jill, is your guys' move into Tennessee?
Well, not only that, what did COVID bring us all? Tiger King.
Well, aside from Tiger King, which was one of my favorite moments, Leslie knows this moment when we're driving when Doug was driving the Penske truck.
Really?
I actually stopped when we stopped at the hotel, and Doug says, "You need to call Leslie and Adam and just let them know we're okay." I'm like, "Why? What happened?"
It's a little bit of a situation.
I called Leslie and Adam and find out that Doug was losing his schnookers on the phone with them as he's driving.
It was raining, the wipers didn't work well, and I'm like,
Oh, right.
I do love that moment. That was probably one of my most favorite moments
yeah,
because
I was pretty calm during that. Joe,
Yeah.
how about you?
For us, we always do this vacation at the end of July, and we still did it with my mom's
Ah.
family and everything else. And we celebrated a 50th birthday. We had some retirements, and then we also do the young cousins kids cook night. And we did an outdoor concert actually at a bar where all of us family got to see my cousin's kid, who actually wrote in his senior thing when he graduated that he looks at me as a role model. And so
Oh,
him and I are pretty close, and I got to see him perform live at a bar in an outdoor setting, and we still had that vacation, and it was absolutely awesome.
that's
Cool.
All right. So, hey, what's predictions for 2021? What do you think we're going to be in 2021? What's your personal predictions for where we're going to be? And we'll do these quickly so we can get out of here. What is your prediction for what's coming up for you in 2021, Glenna?
You always start with me.
I know.
Predictions. Like, you know, I'm a optimist, but I'm very pessimistic right about now. I think we're gonna see. I think there'll be more civil unrest, and so I think we need to really get prepared.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I think we're going to be dealing with significant mental health crises across the board. It's going to be your normal everyday citizen is having to deal with mental health issues right about now. And I think it's gonna get a lot worse in 2021.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's not very good.
Wow. Leslie, what's your plan for 2021? What's the good things that are going to come of this thing? What
Well,
do you
the great thing is I'm going to be retiring in 2021. So,
Yay!
but just
Congratulations.
retiring from my agency, I certainly will not be retiring from work. And I guess as far as work goes, I think that we're really starting to see a transition from the tenured employees and the new people who are coming in and all of their innovation and their new ideas and some of that stuff. So I think that I think we all have a responsibility to pass the torch. And so I think that's going to be at least my focus for 2021.
Awesome.
John, what do you got?
I have two predictions.
Wow.
One is more certain than the other. We Speak Dispatch will continue in 2021.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the first faux show.
Yes.
Oh, show.
Now it makes me
And I think in 2021, positive is the continuation of online conferences and programs.
Yes.
I know it's better having gone, taught, attended on in-person kind of things, but the online thing just nabs such a wider audience.
yeah, it
Yes.
does. You are
Sure
correct.
does.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Joe, what are your predictions for 2021?
Options. And what I mean by that is like kind of what John said. I think we're going to, after the vaccine comes around and the people that want to take it, I think the country's going to reopen a little bit to a sense of normalcy. And there's going to be options of in person like we used to. If you want to go eat at a restaurant, you'll be able to go eat at a restaurant. If you want to do takeout, I think we learned a lot in 2020. We learned how to get
Yeah.
better. And I think that 2021 is going to be the year of options.
There you go.
Like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Doug?
What about me?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. What about Jill and Doug?
Jill,
Hello.
what's your prediction for 2021, Jill?
You know, I hope we go back to in-person conferences. I miss all of our public safety friends. I miss
Yes.
seeing everybody, talking to everybody, catching up on what's going on. But like Joe and John, the virtual conferences have been amazing. They're not,
Yeah.
I don't think you're lacking anything except for the hugs from your friends and the little
Agreed.
going out after the conference and hanging out.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing we're really missing. Other than that, these virtual conferences have been amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they really have.
yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's a good one,
Top
Jill.
that.
Thanks for saying that.
top that.
I'm not stopping anything. So,
You say your session. She was talking about virtual conferences.
yeah. I mean, we all have had to transition to this, media situation, but we're making the best of it. We're putting on a good product with our We
Yep.
Speak Dispatch. And that kind of brings up a thing about We Speak Dispatch. I mean, we are really hoping to have you put down your comments of what's your plans for 2021. What are you
Yeah.
going to do in 2021? What do you think's going to happen? Where do you think we're going to be? And what do you want to happen? So leave your comments below so we can actually start talking about those. And maybe next time we'll ask you, hey, you want to join us on this thing and talk to us about this
Yes.
stuff. So in the meantime, everybody, Happy New Year. Best
Happy New
wishes.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is Jill, and you've been listening to another great episode of We Speak Dispatch, proudly sponsored by our friends at Zybex.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
911, what is your emergency? This is the police coming. How can I help you?
911 emergency, what do you report?